Hey guys, Alex from Fish Time Machine. Today I'm having a high-end gaming rig or high-end video editing rig. You know what? Nowadays YouTubers are tech YouTubers are growing more and more better. So let's get started. Well, the heart of the CPU is either an Intel CPU or an AMD CPU. But AMD CPUs generally cost less but give you better performance. Intel CPUs, they maybe not good. Okay. For Intel, I chose a Core i7 4790K. It's a 4 cores, has quad core 4 GHz. And has a 8MB cache that costs 1,100 ringgit. Since we are talking about high-end gaming rig or video editing rig, so this price, so we can expect it for this price. For AMD, we chose to get FX 8350. This also clocks at 4 GHz, but it has 2 times more cores. And it has more core but it has 16MB cache and it costs 710 ringgit, a lot less if you talk about budget. Well, but you want Intel, it costs a lot more. For the RAM, we're choosing a Corsair 2400 Vengeance Pro Twin 16MB RAM. This comes at 2400 MHz speeds, and he has, I think it's two 8GB sticks, and it costs 829 ringgit. But this have high speed RAM. So if you don't want to spend more, you can go to 8066 C9A Vengeance Pro Twin. That cost at 8066 and cost a lot less, 710 ringgit for 60GB version. And you can overclock it to 2400 MHz, no problem. For the hard drive, we're choosing an SSD and hard drive, so bear in mind. We're choosing a Kingston HyperX. Okay. Sorry about that. I'm having a bit cold now. For the SSD, I chose a Corsair Force LX 256GB SSD. It costs 450 ringgit. That costs a lot less than the Kingston HyperX 3K SSD that has lower capacity and lower read-write speeds. So Corsair is a way to go. Talk about budget, but if you want more, there's a Intel 730 series SSD that costs a lot more. That is 729 ringgit and costs a lot more, 240 gig. But that gives you heck a lot speed. So now, if you want a place to store all of your videos or store of your games, hard disk drive is the way to go. We're choosing a 2TB Caviar Black that costs 437 ringgit. But if you want RAID, you can. If you want RAID 1, you can buy 2 of the Caviar Black and bam, make it 4 TB. Or maybe 2TB, I don't know. Okay. Then we have, I think you haven't chosen motherboard, so okay, let's go for the motherboard. If you want high-end motherboard and you are a gamer, sorry about that, cool down a little bit. Okay. Yeah. Intel, Asus has a Maximus 6 Ranger. This is a gaming motherboard, has a red and black color scheme, and it has gamer sound system, and this board is generally made for gamer, not for video editing rig, but video editing are okay. What is that? It's a SLI. I don't know support up to how many, but it's an ATX board, so I think it can go to 4-way SLI. Not any problem at all. But if you have a M.2 SSD, you can go for a Gigabyte Z97X-Gaming 7 that has SLI and M.2 support and SE, I don't know what it is, and that costs you a lot less, 630 ringgit. Gigabyte is a way to go if you want to have a higher gaming rig. For now, AMD motherboard time. For AMD's, I choose Gigabyte 990FXA-UD3. That has SLI but no M.2 SATA, M.2 SSD support, but it still have SLI and eSATA support. That costs $500. This is a older board. So now, graphic card. For NVIDIA, if you want NVIDIA, you're choosing a Asus GTX 980. That's a newest hardware from NVIDIA and Asus. This has 4GB of GDDR5 memory, and it has 256 bits of memory bus. So quicker, powerful GPU that can give you ultimate performance, and you don't want to spend too much money. GTX 970 is a way to go, and has overclocking ready. And it has factory overclocked. I would say factory overclocked. Yeah, it has factory overclocked. Same spec, but costs you a lot less, 1,400 ringgit. So AMD, we have a Asus R9 290 DC2 over OC edition. This is 4GB GDDR5 memory that has 512MB of memory bus, and it costs 1,700 ringgit. Costs a lot less, but costs in between the 970 and 980, just between them. Okay, so now for the power supply. Since we are doing a high-end gaming rig and video editing rig, go for the Cooler Master V850 or V1000 that has a gold certified power supply. I don't know if it's gold certified or platinum certified, I don't know, but it gives you a powerful PSU. Powerful. It gives more juice from that power supply, and it's not peak power, but it's continuous power. And for the case, we are choosing a Corsair Graphite 760T. Why am I choosing this? Because it has SSD mount, toolless SSD mount, a 3.5-inch drive mount that can rearrange, a two front 140mm fan, back 120mm non-LED fan, and the support for whole lot of support. ATX board. Yeah, and it has a lot of room to work with. So now for the CPU cooler. If you want to overclock this baby or beast, you gotta go to Corsair Hydro H80i or H100i. I hope I said it right. This has a The H80i costs 400 ringgits, and it's one 120mm rad. That's just can mount at the back as a case. So bear that in mind if you sacrifice a little bit than just using the back. But if you don't want to sacrifice at the back, that ruin the entire cooling system, go for the Corsair H100i. That's mounted at the top, and that doesn't go interfere with the back fan, and that's pretty good. Okay. So now for the optional one, DVD drive. Well, DVD drive are not pretty good or standard this time, but if you want, go for it. I chose a Asus 24x SATA DVD drive. All of that is the same. It's running at 24x speed, so bear that in mind if you want something pretty good. And that's about it. If you want a monitor, go, and you live in Malaysia, go check out www.hardwarezone.com.my/price list. And you can download price list from that. I've downloaded a catalog from All IT Digital Mall, All IT Hypermarket. So I've downloaded it and using it as a reference. So if you don't know, yeah, there it is. So if you like this video, smash the like button and don't forget to smash the subscribe button. Well, that's all from me from this video, and if you have some question to ask it on the comment section below. Yeah, and that's it from this video. That's it from me from this video, and see you next